here we are on Monday, January 5th. We're back at the lot. I'm standing out here on the access road. So you can see that front beam is in, poured, already had the forms removed off of it. They've already poured several of the columns there. They're taking the forms off of that one there on the right, and I think getting ready to pour the other ones. They're still pouring by hand since the concrete mixer's not fixed. We have 14 workers here today. Monday the 5th, it's raining here, but yeah. So I'm gonna walk around the side here. You can see we have a couple new guests. These good-looking guys here. Some roosters up on their perches. I think they're Archie's roosters, but I'm not positive. We'll find out here in a minute. Archie's coming. Very muddy here, so I'm gonna take the walking easy. The backhoe is gone, so they came and picked up the backhoe. So yeah, there's the roosters. So yeah, I guess they're guarding the place. So yeah, you can see it's starting to really look nice. Really look nice. So yeah, so this beam's all in. Got the beam here to the back. Sorry. And yeah, this whole beam on the side is in. So they're just gonna let it cure a little bit. And all the backfill they're actually gonna do by hand. So, and this one was just poured. You can see this one was just poured. They're dripping from the bottom. Yeah. And that one has actually been poured, and it looks like that one's been poured too. So yeah, they're removing the forms from those so they can reuse them on the other ones. But yeah, they're gonna pour all of these. I guess since they've got it all dug, and let them go. But yeah, you can see how wet this concrete is right here. They are still mixing, as I mentioned, mixing the concrete by hand. But yes, this has all been formed. I'm getting dripped on from the trees. But yes, I'm gonna try and climb up here. But yeah, I guess all the backfill is gonna be done by hand. But yeah, you can see these all just got poured. Were poured semi-recently. They were a little harder. So, but yes, looks like all the beams are in. All the bottom beams. So yeah, so that is the outline of the house. So yeah, as we said, so you can see it definitely now. I don't think I can get in there because of the concrete, but here you can see. Yeah, so that right there is going to be towards us. Is going to be the master bath, which is longer. And then on the back side is the walk-in closet, and then the big area is the master bedroom. And then this is the pantry, laundry room, dirty kitchen. And then that'll come into the kitchen. And then of course the dining room and the living room, and then we've already gone over the guest suite. So, but yes, all the beams are in, all the lower beams. And we are working on they're working on getting the columns up. You get all the columns up that are connected to the beams, get them all taken care of. So yeah, super excited. You can see they got this rebar in here. And I don't know that I did mention it before, but I don't know that I explained it very well. But the hollow block will actually go over top of these and slide down it so that it will get lined up. They will be staggered. And there's concrete inside the hollow block as well as around the hollow block to seal them together and to seal them in. So, but yeah, this is impressive, very impressive. And you can see it's really starting to take shape, So yeah, so that is the house. So yeah, so super excited. But yeah, these ones look like they were just poured earlier, probably earlier today. So they're starting to form up, harden up. Those ones over there are still wet, so they were probably just poured the most recent. They're working on getting these done so they can use those forms over there on the other pillars. So I keep forming them up, one right after the other, and just keep them, getting them done. So, but yeah, awesome job. Very pleased. It is, like I said, it's Monday, January 5th. Tomorrow, our engineer's on site Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Though the last 2 weeks, because of the holiday, there's my pool. He was not here on Saturday and Sunday, so we're planning on coming back tomorrow so we can see engineer. We haven't seen him in several weeks, so I told Foreman today we're forgetting what he looks like, so we need to come and see him so we know and remember what he looks like. So he laughed. But yeah, so it's all. They're going to do the backfill by hand from this point forward, so that's going to make it a little more difficult, a little slower, but it's all good. It'll get taken care of. I have every confidence. You can see they have the concrete trough in there, so they're mixing everything by hand, so they're mixing it right inside, so that's why they're closest. So, but yes, awesome work. All the beams are poured. All the lower beams are poured for the outside of the house. Just waiting for them to solidify, and then they'll remove the forms on them and continue to do the columns, get those built up, and go from there. So, but yeah, excellent work. Of course, there's still our well. No changes over there. No changes on the pool. But as you can see, the backhoe is gone. The backhoe is parked back here. So they took the backhoe, it's gone. So yeah, so all the backfill from this point forward will be done by hand. So unfortunately, it makes it a little harder on my workers, which I'm not okay with, but I'm sure they're more than up to the challenge. So, but yes, it's gonna make it. That's a lot, much harder work. So, but yeah, we're looking good. So the wife's over there talking to the foreman, so I'm gonna head over there in a second. But yeah, loving it. It's looking great. See if I can keep from falling into the pool. But yeah, you can see it. There is a slight slope down. So yeah, so that's probably going to be the deep end at 6 feet. This over here will be the shallow end at 4 feet, I think is what they said. So yeah, pretty awesome. But yeah. So yeah, this is actually getting packed down some. So yeah. There's Archie over there with the foreman as well. So yeah. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, we'll have probably another update tomorrow. But yeah, 14 workers here today, making great progress. Super excited to see it start. See the outline of the house, so pretty awesome. So I will talk to you in a bit. Hey everyone, this is Ron. This is my outro for today, January 5th. So same day, trying to keep them on the same day. So sorry about that. The roosters. So the roosters were not Archie's. The roosters were actually brought by the workers. I think I know why. They're living there nonstop. So I'm pretty sure they're intended for food. But they claim that they're actually their alarm clock. So, though ironically, there are several roosters around the neighborhood that I'm sure are waking them up with the crack of dawn. But yes, they claim they're their alarm clock, but I think they were doing that just so they didn't tell my wife and I that they were meant for food. So, but yes, so two good looking roosters. So, but yes, it's roosters, the hollow block. So one of the things I wanted to emphasize, another vlogger that I watch, shout out to the ex-Backwoods Patriot stream. He's a vlogger who's built a house down in Mindanao, and really nice house. And so, but yes, he emphasized with his, and I wanted to emphasize with mine, the hollow blocks are actually really just to put up walls. They are not structurally in any way structurally sound for the house. They are, you know, because they're covered in concrete, they are solid. But in the event of, you know, an earthquake or, you know, a typhoon or things of that nature, they are really not what's going to hold up the house. It is what you see or what you just saw on the screen. It is the columns, which I apologize, I keep calling pillars. It is the columns and the beams. And so as you will see, once these columns are all formed, we're going to start pouring the floors very soon. But yes, at the top of the columns, there will be another beam that will be made the same way as the bottom beams were made. And that is really the structure of the house. And that is super solid. Nothing will happen with it. It is made to withstand earthquakes, typhoons, volcanoes, whatever you have here in the Philippines. We have it all, except for blizzards. We don't have blizzards. But yes, so from that perspective, the hollow blocks are really just, just for the walls. They are not a structural component of the house. I guess they are, because they are forming, you know, what we see as the signs in the house. But as mentioned before, the back wall is all glass. So I think it does have hollow blocks that go up a little bit. But yes, it's mostly glass, let's say. And so that's so it overlooks the pool and the pool deck and the back porch. And so, yeah, so once again, glass is not what considered structurally sound. Anything blowing will go right through it, but it will be thicker glass. So, and it will be tinted glass, so to keep the sun out. But we also have an overhang. So the porch has an overhang. So, but anyway, I wanted to mention that. That was one thing he emphasized a lot, that even without the hollow block, the house will stand. The hollow block isn't holding anything up. It's really the structure that you're seeing here poured here. And that was one of the reasons why they went down so deep. So they made the footers very deep. One of the reasons they're going to be able to dig the rest. So we have a fence that's going in. And they are going to manually dig the fence, which is not as deep as the house. So that's why they said they could manually dig it. That is still a lot of work. So we're contemplating some things there, a way to try and make that a little easier, because the fence goes the whole way around the property. So with that said, that's going to be a lot of digging. So, but that will be done towards the end, because they need everything else out of the way in order to do that part. But yes, they may, I don't know if they're going to have people working on that here shortly when they have more teams. We do have 3 more workers that are showing up tomorrow, so, which will bring us to 17. I think eventually we will be over 20. So, but yes, with the concrete mixer not working, it is slowing things down because of the mixing of the concrete. But they are mixing it by hand, doing a great job with that. It's just taking longer. And so I believe the concrete mixer is supposed to be fixed tomorrow, though I'm not positive on that because there's been some change of plans there. So engineer will show up tomorrow, but I think he's picking up foreman to take him to another site and then bring him back. So they will be gone for part of the day. So we're probably going to plan to arrive over there about the same time we did today. So it'll be later in the day. Today it was about 3 to 4 o'clock we were there. I didn't mention that. I apologize. I did mention the date 3 times. Sorry about that. Just in case you guys were wondering, it's January 5th. But yes, but I didn't mention the time a single time. But yeah, so, but yeah, from that perspective, that's that. Tomorrow they'll be bringing some special dirt. So we're bringing a special topsoil that they're going to put down on the guest room side. And that topsoil is going to be put down and then packed down to make it flat and compact and solid. And then the floor, then it will be treated for termites and ants, and then the floor will be poured on top of that. And so so the compactor, the special topsoil, all of that's coming tomorrow. I think we have gravel that'll be arriving on Wednesday. So yeah, so we should see some other things start showing up. But yeah, that was kind of the gist of it. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe if you want. Comment down below. I'm not getting a whole lot of comments, so I want to hear where you guys are from, where you're watching from. just drop me a like, hey, see you from Minnesota, see you from Bermuda, see you from Mexico, see you from Iraq. I don't care. Just let me know where you're watching from so that I can at least give you a shout out here. And special thanks to my buddy Lego from my stream who comments on every video. Appreciate you, Lego. And yes, thanks for watching. A lot of my stream viewers are watching the videos, so appreciate you guys. And a special shout out to Tiffany Fellowship Church, to it's over here, my old employer, UMB Bank, and any one of my friends still working there. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And any of my old friends from America, from Iceland, from Norway, from Mexico, from Canada, wherever you're from. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.